Yo, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Season of Mastery, Classic World of Warcraft. Let's get right into it. So, first let's go over some of the changes. So, the rate of XP gains from quest turn-ins, only quest turn-ins, has been increased by 25% for every quest. Mining and herbalism nodes have been increased, so there's going to be more of those. The PvP honor system is also going to be there at the beginning. Warsong Gulch as well should be there at the beginning. So these are the things that are in right now in the beta, and obviously these things are subject to change. Some other changes that they've made are increased debuff and buff limits. That's good. Increased health for raid bosses. Restored raid boss mechanics. Removal of world buffs in raid instances. Meeting stones are changed to summoning stones, and adjustments to curtail power leveling and boosting. So, pretty much, they don't want people to be boosting so much or as easily. Also, the 25% bonus only applies to players from 1 to 59. Obviously, it doesn't do anything to your gold. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about this is not enough. There's not enough here. Especially because they're planning to do it for a 1-year cadence, like release cadence. So 25% it's just, I feel like they should first of all increase the experience. There should be a lot more changes. They need to change a lot of the raids. So they said restored raid boss mechanics. I'm not really sure what that means. I think what they mean is they're going to be tuning them to be more difficult. Yes, that's fine. However, they should also be, if they're going to be making a real stab at this, they should be adding more content, more dungeons, more raids. People love the feeling of those dungeons and raids in Classic WoW. That's probably the main reason why people play Classic WoW. And some people play it for PvP too. I mean, a lot of people. I'm not trying to discount any of that, but I believe that PvE is probably more popular generally. On top of that, the PvP honor system, the original PvP honor system, is trash. Nobody wants to do that. You need to change it to be better. Maybe add a currency like in BC. Maybe add arenas. Do something. You got to add more stuff to this. Don't use the same systems that people smash through and then quit your game because it wasn't fun. I mean, that's just the reality. They didn't think about this enough. Like, a lot of these systems, it's like they just threw something together, and that's how it feels to me. On top of that, let's get into like some class changes. We need to see Paladin buffs. We need to see Feral buffs. We need to see Moonkin buffs. We need to see all kinds of buffs, or at least changes to classes. You have the Warrior. If you want to DPS, you're still going to be great to choose a Warrior. Actually, better than most other classes. If you want to tank, you're going to play the Warrior because it's better than everything else. That kind of design decision, that is a decision at this point. You have chosen to make people have less choice in your game, especially with a 1-year cadence, because that's really, and we'll get to this soon, that's really not catering to the audience that you probably should be catering, to be honest. And not that there's anything wrong with people that used to play in those situations, but I digress. It's just, in the end, it just feels like it's not enough changes, and they are kind of moving to an audience that's not really like the core WoW audience. It's more for the people that played on private servers all the time, they've gotten accustomed to having their character wiped every couple of years. But I would wager to guess that a majority of WoW players, like core WoW players, would like to have their characters like in a permanent state. They want to have a permanent character. That's generally how, and just generally MMOs are like that. This is not Diablo. This is WoW. And I mean, I think that it's poorly thought out. I think it's aiming at an audience that is not specifically, first of all, it's not as big as you probably should be focusing on. There's nothing wrong with those people, but I think what it feels like to me is they slap this together and it's just kind of here's some cheese for you to come back here and pay your sub again. That's pretty much how it feels. It feels like a cheap trick to make people come back and pay for their subscription again. They haven't thought this out very much. There's a lot of things that just, to me, they could fix it and it would be a better game for it. People want Classic Plus. They don't want Season of Mastery. It's not, I mean, I'm sure they thought about it for 2 hours. That's fine, you know? But they need to put some more thought into this. They need to go back to the drawing board and put this back on and think about it. Because pretty much what it sounds like to me, they announced it and then they put it on the beta like a couple days later. And it's probably going to come out pretty soon here. That's not enough time. They didn't think about this. You can tell that this is a split decision based on the kind of rhetoric that's surrounding their company at the moment. I mean, I'm just going to be real. This is just a cheap trick to pull people in, to get their subs back up. And I'm not even sure that it's going to work because generally most people that I know say that this is not enough. This is not something that they're super interested in. And yeah. That said, Classic on its own is an excellent game. I'm not going to lie. It is a great game. The atmosphere and everything is great. That said, I also think that doing it in this way kind of feeds into a kind of toxic, it's nothing wrong with them playing it this way, but there is something wrong with a community that's based only on power gaming and just speed running and everything. I understand that is a big group of people in Classic especially, and you know, I like it. That's cool. But doing it this way pretty much almost guarantees that those are the people that are going to be running this. And as people would say, Classic Andes, those are the people that's going to be wanting to play this. And like, I don't know how many people are going to stick around. You're not going to have a common population playing this game if that's the situation. But, you know, those are my kind of thoughts about it and my predictions. I could be wrong. I don't think so. But, yeah, we'll see. So, anyways, everybody, if you liked the video, give me a like. Hit me with a subscribe. Talk to me in the comments section. Tell me what you think. Everybody, peace.